All right, so this is day 2 of Darkseid 2. We are about 6.5 hours. Yeah, about 6.5 hours in. We made it to the Dark World. I think we did a bunch of puzzles in the Dark World. We also got dirt on a number of figures in the town, including the mayor, the sheriff, and the medical examiner. We ran into a bit, not a brick wall, but we're a bit stuck now knowing what to do to move things along, and the puzzles that we do have. We still haven't gotten rid of that sheriff's deputy outside Rita's house. We also have Paul's water, but the biggest problem seems to be we don't have any new inventory items. That's the problem. Okay, there's a PC original. That's good. That's good. All right, great. Imaterian, there is a hint ready. We'll probably go at least a half an hour before we use the hint. You know, obviously I was pretty tired at the end of last night's stream, so hopefully the thinking cap will work a little bit better here today. Really better. What was our last save? Might have been the carousel? Anyone remember? Hall of Justice? Not sure. Okay, timer's on. It's tough to remember based on our inventory because we've had these 4 items for so long now. I don't know if we're going to be able to tell on that alone basis. Bruno Mayor, Death Hall. It might actually be up here. I think it's either the Death Hall or the Carousel. No, we have not taken a picture yet. And we only have one picture left in our roll of film that we can take. We were given a hint about that, or a clue by the... Oh, this was the book. Oh, but we turned that in. Okay, so I think Carousel was the last save then. I believe. Could have been Hall of Justice. Very difficult to tell. Does anyone remember what our last save was? Carousel was the last one. Thank you, Material. Appreciate it. Okay, Carousel. So, we did get a clue from the fortune teller about the camera. She said, church floating over a pool of blood. And so I did go to a couple of religious spots in the Dark World, but the camera, we couldn't use the camera there. In the normal world, there is no church or religious type place that we have access to. We even went to the pool of blood area in the underworld of the Dark World, but that didn't work there either. Yeah, we might need to. That's a good idea, Material. Usually, like for games with points, I always use that as the prefix, so it's easy to know where it was. But maybe in addition to saving by the game location, I can also say, you know, the last key event to have taken place or whatever. Perfect. Thank you. Appreciate it, Material. All right, so let's see what we want to do. We do need to find a handgun. And that definitely is in the normal world somewhere, or some small weapon. It doesn't have to be a handgun necessarily. The rifles in the sheriff's office were too big. That guy's got barbells. We also went to the shooting gallery, but the guns here are also too big. See, this one looks small. Like, these look like full-on air rifles, but this one kind of looks small, but you can't take it. You can only shoot it.
I used to have a BB gun like this when I was a kid, and I was a pretty good shot, too.
Maybe, I don't know if that's just a perspective issue that's making us think that could be a small gun or not. Maybe there's something we do in the Dark World version of this screen that would then loosen up this gun. I don't know, it doesn't make much sense. See, our inventory just sucks at the moment. It is the principal problem. Ring toss, no. Next to this was the wheel. Spin the wheel. I think I know what her clue is referring to, but we can't seem to get the number there. How's it going, Krispy Kreme? Thank you. Appreciate the good wishes. The references to thunder and lightning for the clown and the weightlifter, Gargan. Shut off Paul's water, which we still don't have something for. Maybe we should go back there. I mean, it could just be we just have to advance things with conversation. That's the other alternative. And worst comes to worst, we're missing a hotspot. But God, it'll take forever to search everywhere in both worlds. Oh yeah, what's it called, Bagel?
The faucet's stuck. I can't turn it off with my bare hands.
Meaning we need an item to help us turn it off, but again, we don't have something suitable for the job.
I'm not climbing up there. I'm afraid of heights.
And I think we already exhausted conversation with Paul Cooper.
Still watering your lawn, Paul?
Yes, the grass is real thirsty. Can't seem to get enough water. What's up?
Paul, what was that you were saying about Jimmy earlier?
Wait, what? Oh, I missed what he was going to say.
Well, I just stopped by to say...
Alright, I don't think
All
it's
right,
dialogue,
Mike.
though. Yeah, it's not. Okay. We already did the deputy. What's the policy on pixel hunts? Meaning what, like... Meaning, are you asking, so you're saying if I am missing a... are you saying if the hint is, if I ask for a hint and it turns out what I'm missing is a pixel hunt, yeah, then I guess the clue or the hint you would provide me would be, you just tell me which screen the missing, the pixel hunt needs to take place on. And then I would go there and hunt for the pixel. Yeah, where you can kind of tab through them, Bagel, or yeah, cycle through the hotspots. Okay, we can't get in here. We got the sheriff out of the sheriff's office, but we haven't been able to get his... I'm starting to have a feeling that this is event-based. I don't know if we can trigger him leaving for us to get in the house. I think something else probably needs to happen in the game is what I'm starting to conclude. Trying to think that. Yes, we can... I still want to break in here, but we don't have any... We have no way to... That door is locked, and we don't have any to... The hangar didn't work. We don't
The
have
sign says that the hardware...
anything else to pick open the hardware store. Possible also you don't need to break in the hardware store. Maybe it just opens in 2 weeks and you get the item you need if the game skips ahead in time. It's happened before, Bagel, as you well know, I'm sure. You've played a bunch of adventure games, you know. Okay, let's think. We already exhausted the payphone. Looks like we're done with the morgue. We can't get into the courthouse. We also exhausted the sheriff's office. There is the public park. I think it's probably either we have to do something either at the carnival or the dark world, I think. Exactly. The clown's gonna die unless he gets his medicine, but we need Gargan the weightlifter for that. And we can't get him unless we get that lightning by his head. Now, I thought flash of lightning could mean the camera, because the flash of a photograph could be like the lightning we need, but we're not able to take his picture. It's interesting that they have imagery from the dark world in the carnival. I guess showing that the portal could be here after all.
Keep your paws off our postcards, you bum.
Let go of her, Daisy.
Haven't you caused enough trouble already? We've got nothing more to say to you. Get out!
It doesn't look like Daisy will let her twin tell me anything more. It doesn't look like...
Okay. I think we're kind of done with them anyway, because the clue that the fortune teller gave us, we sort of used.
What are you, some kind of thief? Get your grubby hands off those postcards!
Yeah, unfortunately Mike's not smart enough to think about saying that. No, I never did own an Atari. That's the reason why I'm doing it, Crispy. I want to see what I missed. Nobody else is doing it. I'm curious about those games and that era. Second generation. Hey, Nightcam. More information about it. Okay, we already exhausted our conversation tree with him, but I can't take the photo here. Okay. No.
Who am I kidding? I can barely lift myself out of bed in the morning.
Yeah, Solaris is taking a while, but it's okay. I mean, apparently we've gotten to quadrant 11 of 16, so yeah, we're in the close to finishing apparently. So even though we've done, I think, close to 12 hours, and we put 12 hours into Solaris so far. Probably have to go to the Dark World.
What's my fortune?
I get my strongest readings from...
Okay, that's just to do the items.
What role does this play in my future, Pandora?
I see a church floating over a pool of blood.
Yeah, still haven't found that. We found a pool of blood and we found a temple, but not both the same place. Yeah, wasn't that like a maze game? Cops and Robbers? I think that's on the list too, yeah. Hey, Chad. I feel a headache coming on, Chad. Does that answer your question?
What can you tell me about this?
I see a hat rack with one of its 4 pegs occupied.
So I think we're supposed to use that ticket. Maybe we're just... I think we're supposed to use it in the Dark World where her head is, because there are 4, and they need 4 heads on the hat rack or head rack, basically. I guess we're probably just not ready to do it yet. I don't know, this machine just spits it back when we try using it. So the key we already used, and the data recorder we know how to use, so it's really those 2 things. We're still looking for, like, a small gun. Handgun. Let's talk to her about the other stuff. Oh, keys.
Do you get any readings on...
Ugh.
I see a door that is much too far from the finish line.
Pandora, I need your talents again.
Even at the times in the game. Well, definitely, there's a lot of
Lucifer
shovelware
and
on
I
the...
have been expecting...
On the 2600 specifically too, but I'm guessing people are more likely going to choose like well-known games rather than obscure shovelware.
What's my fortune?
I get my strongest readings
no, you
from
don't want that.
personal...
Pandora. What can you tell me about the clown?
I hear a distant thunderclap, provoking laughter close to home.
Thunder and lightning create a storm. Something.
What can you tell me about Gargon?
I see a lightning bolt striking his head, and a great weight lifting from his heart.
Yeah, because I know he's sad and depressed. Lightning bolt striking his head. Oh, right. Okay, I remember. I remember the idea I wanted to try in the Dark World. Yeah, what we haven't done is done stuff in the Dark World that affects the normal world. We really need to do more of that. Okay.
What can you tell me about mini?
I see a glass house with 3 hallways, one full of twists and turns.
Yeah, we already did that. All right, bye.
Thank you. That was very insightful.
It was our.
Yeah, I would say, I think 8 games have been picked so far. And when I was just thinking to myself before introducing the project, I thought, I'm like, all right, there's probably going to be a 50-50 shot someone's going to choose E.T. within the first 10 games. So far, it hasn't happened, but obviously a big part of that is who wins the raffles. So whether they want to pick a quote-unquote troll game, even though, again, yeah, to your point, it's not as bad as its reputation is. What am I doing here? Okay, yes, so I think we're going to go to the Dark World. We want to try doing something at that rec center, because the lightning to the head, I think, corresponds to... Oh, well, maybe it doesn't. Problem is it's at the rec center. The lightning... this is the issue. It doesn't correspond from a location standpoint. That's the lightning to the head I was thinking about.
This creature inside this canister is getting stimulated by the energy beams. I don't think I've ever seen anyone this deliriously happy.
The question is, how do we transfer those energy beams onto what's-his-face in the real world? This corresponds to the pool hall in the normal world. There's a pool cue. The only thing we can interact with this thing, before we used the hangar and we died, I guess let's save it here. I think if we straight up touch it, are we tall enough or are we gonna die? We just straight up die? Yeah. You melt, in fact. Right.
What happened to me? Hey, I'm back in the underworld.
So is there something we could stick in there? I mean, I think, didn't we try the hangar or something? And take a photo of it. I don't know, we really just need an item, I think. New item. Yeah, we can't do anything with it.
Some kind of contraption made out of hypodermic needles.
Hey, Bess, no, we haven't gotten the clown's medicine yet. We're actually kind of working on that now, though. Indirectly, by trying to somehow get this lightning in the head here to the lightning on Gargan, weightlifter. Needles. I'm missing something. Actually, what else can we interact with here? Those people you can just talk to, but you can't mess around with.
Jeez, and I thought Melissa was a chain smoker.
Oh, we can't even talk to her anymore. Okay, it was a one-time conversation. Wow, there's nothing we can touch at all in here? Not even this anymore? What the hell? Something's wrong.
Jeez.
Oh, that wasn't a permanent
This sick
death?
creature has intravenous bottles plugged directly into his body.
Yeah, what are the conditions in which it's permanent death versus not? Oh, maybe because I see, you probably buy yourself a free death every time you move the plot forward. Like we talked to the bartender, now we have another free death or something. That's probably why.
This sick creature has intravenous bottles plugged directly into his body.
Without a shower. Well, he doesn't need medicine. Actually, well, he kind of does, but at least in this game you don't have to get it all the time.
I'm afraid of needles.
Get them anyway. Oh, now we can use this.
Keep away, you insect. I'm ventilating.
So it looks like you have to examine the item before you interact with it.
Don't bother me, human. Can't you see I'm floating?
There's some kind of electronic.
Yeah, the electronic locks are fucking ridiculous. What was this again? Oh yeah, the bartender. He's
The
dead now.
Dragoth guard must have found out that the bartender talked to me and killed him.
I don't think we've seen a Dragoth guard.
Just looking at this.
So we do want to get rid of the rats here, but we can't actually interact with them.
I could have sworn I saw something looking at me.
Can't reach this, nor would we
I
want
can't
to.
reach it from here.
Yeah, I know. Well, it's not a 1-for-1 mirror, but it's close. I mean, this is why Hank's diner was closed, because of the rat infestation, even though it was taking place in the dark world. Okay. There's nowhere else, and I hope we're not missing an exit too. That would be quite something. Huh. What else do we need to do in the dark world? I mean, generally those things. We don't have anything to insert in anything. Electronic locks, no. Safety pin face. I mean, I thought that was going to give us the number for the wheel, but it didn't. There's the rats. I think the keeper of the sword may be dead already. High Priestess house we can't do yet. Yeah, I don't know. Alright, I guess we'll go exploring to a couple more screens, but yeah, I may have to end up taking that hint. Hey, Matt. This is just our house where we can't do anything yet. Hall of Justice, we can't do anything. We just get sent to the Hall of Death. There's... I forgot what that was there. Let's see if we can do more stuff with the carnival area.
Matrix verified as privileged worker. Access permitted.
See, that's where we tried to put the reunion card, but that didn't work. So this corresponds to the shooting gallery. Is there something we can do with one of these things? Doesn't look like they're anything. Wondering if we could influence this way to affect the gun on the other side, but it does not look like it.
There's an empty socket here. It looks like a jack for some vital component. There's nothing here that looks like the control mechanism.
Yeah, we don't have any vital components. Oh, man. See, this is where I thought the pinned lips would speak the number of the wheel we need in the normal world.
Speak to me!
Yeah.
To be sorry. To be producing power infected with random magnetic fluxes. To be not able to stabilize magnetic emanations from power disks.
So what power disk are you referring to? So she would be able to speak better if her situation was fixed? Yeah, there's nothing we can do with her now.
This machine has an empty socket like the other one.
We don't have whatever goes in that socket.
Speak to me!
To be sorry.
Yeah. All right. Why don't we just ask for the hint then? It could be that, you know, missing a hotspot or an exit, or maybe I just need to talk to somebody a little bit. But again, the problem with the game is like there's only 1 or 2 interactive areas on each screen, and you don't have that. There's not much you can really do. It sounds as if you have like 5 or 6 verb icons. So you'd actually think the number of things you can do are actually pretty slim, pretty small. Earth machine babies? Huh. So yeah, Materia, if you have that hint, I think I'll take it. I mean, we have plenty of stuff we could do, like puzzles we need to figure out, but our inventory is so limited. I feel like I need an inventory item. Okay, the hint is missing a small item in the kitchen of my house and an entrance to the Ramirez house. Oh, so that's actually 2 hints. But they were hotspots after all. What's the fastest way to get out here? I guess this way. Yeah, I guess it is though. Man, so they were hotspots in the kitchen. Wow. All right, well, it doesn't make me feel bad, I mean, to have to use a hint when it was a pixel hunt situation. So we actually do have to go to the normal world. And then, wow, we missed an exit to the Ramirez house location. So we've seen the fridge. Usually the foreground doesn't have anything. That's our mom.
A lot of good food came out of this stove.
Yeah, we've done that stove.
I better not get in Mom's way. Mom looks pretty good considering all she's been through.
See, over here is Mom. Look how far that hotspot goes. It's probably like 2 feet of real distance.
Mom looks pretty good
Jeez, and that's Mom. See, now you know why I miss hotspots. When I just assume anything in the area of another hotspot is probably the same hotspot. I mean, look at that radius.
Mom looks pretty good Mom always kept the sink spotless.
Wow.
Mom has a rule against using the sink to wash your hands.
Sink. Oh wait, I need the hotspot.
Mom always loved this drawing I made as a kid. Too bad she doesn't care as much about my writing. Mom's had this pukey avocado green refrigerator since the 70s. I'm not hungry now. Maybe I'll catch a bite in town later. This picture has been on the refrigerator for years. I'm not about to take it down now. I don't feel like doing any errands now. Maybe later.
Is that an errands list?
Here's a list of things Mom wants me to pick up at the store.
Okay, so that apparently is a hotspot we missed, but it's an inconsequential one. The freezer?
Mom's had this pukey avocado. I'm not hungry now.
Okay.
Mom looks pretty good. Mom looks pretty good.
Drapes, the light fixture. The light switch, pots.
Mom looks pretty good considering all she's been. Mom looks pretty good. Mom always kept this.
So is there something... Oh, wait a minute. What was it? Church over a pool of blood. It's not the cross in the Dark World. There's no church here. Came from Hell, a cyberpunk thriller. Came from the game Hell.
Mom looks pretty. Mom looks pretty. Mom looks pretty good.
The smiley face?
Mom's had this pukey. Mom's had this.
No.
Mom's had this. Mom looks pretty good.
She's all the way out here, too? Come on.
Mom looks pretty good.
Is there anything I could do with the stove? I don't think so. A pool of blood could, like, not fire. Why would I want to take a photo of what she's cooking? Look at her hand. It is the smiley face?
Mom's had this puke. I don't know why Mom likes these annoying smiley face magnets.
Oh, come on. Wow, that's awful. That is bullshit. Wow.
Whenever I look at one of these smiley face magnets, I wonder what it's smiling at.
Jeez. Do I have to do that on every screen now? Look at every, like, go pixel by pixel? Ah. And even then, that's very difficult to tell because it's one thing on the... It's a hotspot within a hotspot. So, geez, how the hell are you supposed to tell? That is terrible. That's just awful. Alright, now we're also missing an exit to, what's-his-face's house? Ramirez. Actually, it could be like a next door neighbor, but I doubt it. Oh, look at this! Our flowers died, I think.
The flowers aren't growing too well these days.
Interesting. That's probably something we did in the Dark World?
There's bugs crawling everywhere.
Oh yeah, maybe they're like the bugs are starting to encroach.
I'm not tired.
Okay, I did notice that. That must be a change from the Dark World. Alright, let's just rule out the places where... See, I think this is the way to get to the sheriff, so... I think. Yeah, okay. So it's probably... Could it be to the right of what's-her-name's house? Could be. I remember checking that, but... Yeah, so it's not at the end of the road here.
I can't get inside while the deputy is standing guard.
Standing guard. Okay, maybe it's... it might be with the public... Maybe it's on the other side of the public park in the carnival area. No, Ramirez is the other guy who was murdered. His house burned down or something. There was a fire. So probably the shapeshifter who killed Rita may have also killed Ramirez. Possible. And I remember trying, we can't go continue past the path. Nope, so it's not here. Is it on the other side of the carnival? Or is this just leaving? Oh, that's a different exit? Oh my god. Wow. All right, hold on. Let's go back and just see what the differential is. All right, there's crosses. Oh, this is the church.
I haven't been past the Ramirez mansion in a long time. It's one of the town's oldest landmarks. They used to own all of the land around the park before they donated it to the town.
Hang on. I just want us to go back just to see the different. What is the difference in exits? Okay, so this is to go on the path. Huh. Okay, so it wasn't as bad as I thought, but jeez. Certainly doesn't look like there's an exit there.
Mrs. Ramirez is obviously a God-fearing woman, and she wants everyone to know it too. I don't see anyone inside. Mrs. Ramirez is obviously a...
All right, we better do a make sure there's not an exit over here too. Okay, so I have to go back. And we can't take the cross either. Can we take a picture of it though? No. Oh, that was a very quick to answer the door.
Hello, Mrs. Ramirez. I'm Mike Dawson. I grew up in this town.
Did you? Well, what do you want?
I couldn't help but notice all the religious icons you have.
Yes, they ward off the evil that is running amok here in Crowley. This town used to be a God-fearing community, but now I don't dare to leave my house except to go to church.
Okay, maybe she could tell us where the church is. We could unlock that as a new location.
I was just admiring your house.
It is lovely, isn't it? It's over a century old. At one time, it was the only building around here for
Crispy.
miles.
So your family's been here a long time?
My late husband's family, actually. But they're all dead and gone. It's just me now.
You must get lonely sometimes.
Nonsense. I have my church, my books, and I have my money.
It must cost a lot to insure a place like this. My dad used to be in the insurance business.
I'm sorry to hear that. Those insurance people are godless swine, worshipping nothing but the almighty dollar. Why, they even tried to cheat me out of my husband's life insurance. I finally had to take them to court, but I won.
It is definitely a shaky accent. It's clear that the voice actress is putting on an accent rather than being a legitimate accent of somebody.
Why do you think the town is corrupted by evil?
Why, just stroll along the street, and you will find vice and decadence behind every door. The church is our only hope for salvation. You do attend church, don't you?
Maybe if we say no, she'll tell us where the church is to encourage us to go.
No, I stopped going about a year ago.
You should go to church every Sunday, at least. And more often than that, when possible. There are dark forces at work here, and your soul must be fortified to resist temptation.
Thank you, Mrs. Ramirez. I appreciate your time.
God be with you, young man.
So what is this thing in the window here? Is that a TV or what is that?
I don't see anyone inside.
Okay, let's knock on the door again.
I'm sorry to bother you again, Mrs. Ramirez.
Is that so? And what do you want to bother me about?
I just heard about how Mr. Ramirez died. I want to express my condolences.
Thank you. It was a terrible tragedy. I don't know how I'll go on without my dear husband.
I'm sorry that I never had an opportunity to meet your husband.
Why, I'm surprised. He was the most prominent attorney in town. A very successful man, and a charitable one, too. If he had lived, I have no doubt he would have eventually donated all his wealth to various noble causes.
Crispy. Really? Please, Crispy. Sense of decorum. Hey, Nine. Yeah, she was very quick to answer the door.
I suppose that Sheriff Butler was in charge of investigating the fire.
Yes, and he found nothing to indicate foul play, despite what the insurance company says.
I've heard rumors that the fire your husband died in was, intentionally set.
Why, how dare you? Those rumors were started by the insurance company, trying to find a way to get out of paying off my husband's life insurance policy. I will thank you not to spread them any further. Good day!
Good day.
Excuse me, Mrs. Ramirez. May I talk to you?
Yeah, okay, well, a lot of
What is
these
it
were
this
amateurs.
time, young man?
I was wondering if you knew Rita Scanlon, the woman who was murdered nearby last week.
Only too well, young man. She was the devil's tool, I tell you.
Ah, yeah, so you're gonna call her a whore too?
Just how well did you know Rita?
Well, enough to know she tried to seduce my late husband.
Not a surprise.
She was a harlot. She deserved what happened to her.
Why do you say that she was the devil's tool?
All of you young people are servants of Satan. It's all that heavy metal music and drugs and sex.
Eh.
Did you see or hear anything the night Rita Scanlon was murdered?
Young man, I have already told the police everything I know, which is nothing. But if you ask me, she had what was coming to her.
Look, lady, Rita was my friend. I just want to find out who murdered her, that's all.
Is that so? Well, I have nothing more to say to someone who consorted with the whore of Babylon.
Oh.
Good day.
It's Mrs. Whore of Babylon, I'll thank you to say.
I'm sorry to bother you.
Is that so?
Okay, so it seems like there's no new conversation.
I couldn't help but...
I do not care to be mocked, young man. Go away before I call the sheriff.
Really? Maybe we should get a save here, actually.
I'm sorry to bother you again, Mrs. Ramirez.
Is that so?
Yeah, I was trying to get to the "Did you murder Rita?" dialogue choice.
Why do you think the town is corrupted by evil?
I do not care to be
Oh,
mocked.
okay, so she's not going to talk to us anymore. Is that the upshot?
I'm sorry.
Is that so?
I was just admiring your house.
Young man, I believe we covered this
True.
topic earlier. Please don't waste my time with idle chit-chat. Good day.
Well, Mrs. Ramirez, you have to understand, I'm a very limited brain capacity. I can't think of anything new to say to you, so... Alright. So, maybe... The problem is she didn't mention anyone except for Rita and the sheriff. And I guess the insurance company generally. So, if there were the sheriff, we could talk to him, but since he's not around anymore, I guess we'll have to try to go to the sheriff's deputy just to see if we can push on unlock any new conversation with anybody else, having seen Mrs. Ramirez. If we can't do that, the next move would then be to figure out how the smiley face magnet would help us.
Hi, Deputy Brown. What's new?
Nothing since the last time we talked, Mike, so why don't you just skedaddle?
No new dialogue.
So, how's the...
Come on, Mike.
Okay, nothing new with him. We'll try once more just to make sure.
Is it okay if we...
No, it's not.
You've got to let me...
Mike, are you crazy?
Okay, nothing new with him. Okay, let's just try talking to Jimmy and, what's her face? Because they love dumping on, Rita. I guess we could also talk to Slim too since we're here.
Listen up,
Look, will you get off my back, Dawson?
Look, I want to know why you were hanging around Rita's house.
Get lost!
Hi, Jimmy.
Yeah?
I want you to take...
Dawson, take a...
Alright, nothing with him.
Hi, Melissa.
Well,
Poor Rita.
poor Rita.
What do you mean?
Just ask around. Talk to the sheriff or Doc Larson.
What do you know about Rita and Mr. Ramirez?
Nothing. And you don't know anything either. Now beat it.
Melissa, I've got to talk to you.
Get lost, Dawson.
Just how well did you know Rita?
Let's just say she wasn't.
How can you say...
Forget it, Dawson.
Alright, doesn't look like anything new. I guess we'll quickly talk to Slim, and then we'll try to figure out the magnet situation.
I hate to admit it.
I'm still trying to follow up on that Melissa.
Eh.
Tell you...
Yeah, nothing new with him. Okay, so magnet. I don't, unless it's a very high, it looks like a standard fridge magnet, right? So I don't know if it's, I don't think that's gonna be the item to help us with Paul's water. Rita's house, no. Could it play tricks with the anvil and the weightlifter? I don't think so. Could it be considered a trigger device? Probably not. Destroy the power generator. You know what? We may use it to wreak havoc in the dark world with some of those power things. And electronic locks. Maybe, yeah. Maybe it'll mess up the electronic lock somehow. Worth a shot. Could be. Description again?
Whenever I look at one of these smiley face magnets, I wonder what it's smiling at.
You, Mike. You. Yeah, look at this. Maybe?
The magnet won't stick. It must not be made of iron.
We need something that's iron? Interesting. Not the key.
I can't open it.
We need something to stick that's made of iron. Okay. This could still help us out in a bunch of different places. We should definitely try all these places where there are things that are locked. Won't stick.
The magnet won't stick.
Okay, so it's not probably not gonna use any of these electronic locks. Would it fuck up this? Okay. No, I'm not asking. No, I don't want you to tell me where it's used. Huh, that's funny. Yeah, he probably, maybe if he doesn't have a stake in it anymore, he probably doesn't care. I keep on forgetting what's here. Oh no, it's the bar. It's the bar, right? I don't suppose it's gonna help us with the rat situation. Alright, the next place. Triggering device. This is the Hall of Justice. Really? He was the CEO for that long? Oh, wow. What are they making now?
The magnet won't stick.
All right. Can't go over there. Okay, so Again, I know he's going to say the same thing, but I just want to make sure.
The magnet won't stick.
This was the shop. Let's just make sure, the machine shop. No, not the object he needs. Oh.
The force field is still holding.
Wait, what? There's a force field here? What?
The weapons are protected by a force field.
Oh, so we gotta break a force field to get the weapons? Well, I don't think that's really a puzzle, because he said if we bring him the other thing, he's gonna give us a weapon, I believe.
These look like weapons, but they're so bizarre that I'm not too sure. Some of them almost look alive.
What's the name of the guy? Hey, welcome back to Seiko. You could imagine him doing it? Or, this was just the Hall of whatever. Or this was the temple to the right of this. And to the right of this was the priestess's house. Yeah. It might have something to do with the cycle. I have it set to 15,000 cycles. I don't know if that has anything to do with it. Okay, that'll probably kill us if we try that, so I'm not going to. Yeah, at UCLA or USC or somewhere like that. The real Mike Dawson. The real Mike Dawson, please stand up. Oh, my walking speed is too fast. Got it. No compromises. So we just came from here, right? So we gotta check the carnival now. Area. And I was thinking this is the cross, so this could be a church or the pool of blood, but I don't think the camera worked here. So we can't use it here. Can we use this with something with iron? So there's
Matrix verified as
If I mess with the power generator, the ancients might start searching the complex for me.
Isn't that the point? Is to break the power generator? I don't care if they search for me. We're supposed to destroy the generator. You really can't do that, huh?
If I mess with the...
Wow. You can't put it here. Okay. Okay, now I'm going to try to insert it into these places.
The magnet won't stick. It must not be made of iron.
Eris. Yeah, I did. I forgot that the key was glass.
to be announcing, to be producing stable power transmissions
Sweet.
with secondary effect of unusually strong magnetic emissions, to be analyzing tertiary effect.
Can you please tell us about the number for the wheel spin?
Speak to me.
To be announcing, to be emanating level 6 magnetic waves from power disk, to be permeating dimensional boundaries.
Okay, thank you. So we uncorrupted the power, and now we have the number for the wheel spin, which is 6. So hopefully he just announces that. Thank you. Why does the icon change? I changed screens. No, no, he didn't. Hey, Dark. Wait, what? Oh. It's weird that you go left and then you go right. Weird.
I want to play spin the wheel.
Pick a number between 0 and 9.
Please pick 6.
I'd like the number 6.
Thank you.
Okay, give the wheel a spin. Number 6. A winner.
Hooray! Okay, so we one spin the wheel. In lips spoke the lucky number. Okay, great. So now, let's get another save. Yes, definitely save. Alright, so now we have a teddy bear.
Rita would have liked this stuffed animal I wanted to spin the wheel with.
Why is there a circle there? So I remember he said something about like dark creatures with this. Are we supposed to feed this to somebody or what? Any comment on it, sir?
I want to return this prize. I didn't win it fair
No,
and
don't
square.
do that.
You say my game is rigged? Get out of here.
Oh, you just tell us about it. Alright, what are we gonna use a teddy bear for? Yes, no rep, indeed. It's that kind of game, isn't it? Alright, maybe the rats? Could the rats eat the bear? Inserted. Rita would have liked it. We could try using it on her head, but I doubt that will work. It's not a metal handgun. Maybe the weightlifter would make the weightlifter happy? Probably not. It's not gonna move the anvil. Yeah, we could try giving it to Gargan. Oh, you know what we could do though is also give it to the fortune teller. She would comment on it and point us probably in the give us a clue. Teddy bear army. Nah, can't give it to him. Alright. So let's see what the fortune teller has to say about this. Pandora.
What role does this play in my future, Pandora?
I see a butterfly turning into a caterpillar, wearing sunglasses attached with a safety pin.
Did we use the bear back on the same screen in the dark world? Interesting. Okay, if you say so. Not what I was expecting. Yeah, we made progress, Bagel. We won spin the wheel. That's something. Well, I didn't really trade it in. I used it to get the number. To fix the thing in the dark world. I didn't steal the teddy bear. We won it. They rigged the game against us, so we just found out. We just exposed the rigging. Oh, I didn't mean to go here.
I'm here to collect my final payment.
Oh, payment day.
Quick, get in before someone sees you.
Oh ho! What a fortunate accident here.
Why, that was Jimmy Gardner. What's that thug doing here? How can such a nasty woman dare to display all these religious symbols? What a hypocrite.
Hypocrite indeed. Can we see them through the window?
Come on, lady. You still owe me one last payment for the torch job. Fork it over.
Aha! Insurance fraud indeed. What do you say to that,
You need
Mrs.
to learn
Ramirez?
that patience is a virtue, young man. The money's been coming in slow from the insurance company, that's all. Here's the rest of what I owe you. Bless you for your help.
You killed your husband, ma'am.
Mrs. Ramirez is handing Jimmy a wad of bills.
Duck bills?
Jimmy is still counting his money. I've got to take a picture of this.
The church on the blood. Yes, Ramirez's blood.
Jack didn't believe my suspicions about Jimmy. Wait till he gets a load of this.
Yeah, just you wait. All right, so we got dirt on Ramirez now too. Should we confront her about it? That would be hilarious. It could be actually be a cool death too, actually. Let's try it.
I shouldn't make my presence known while Jimmy Gardner is inside.
Aw. Boo. You couldn't think of a clever way to handle that game. You didn't want to go to the extra trouble. Now we've been robbed. A very humorous scene.
I have a splitting headache. I better go see Dr. Sims.
Seriously, dude, I want to go tell Jack, but I guess we can't. Alright, Dr. Sims. We're moving the plot along, I suppose. Hey, we finally used the camera. That's good.
Why, hello, Mike. How are you?
How am I feeling today? Let's...
You've got to help me, Doctor.
That's what I'm here for, Mike.
I feel terrible. I've got another one of those headaches.
I see. Well, I think we can take care of that after we have a little chat.
What do you want to talk about?
What do you want to talk about?
Good question. I've learned something about Rita's murder. I don't think we want to tell him. Let's just get on with it, Ghost.
I've been having more dreams.
More dreams about your dark world?
I visited there again. The ancients are hatching a new plot against humanity.
Is that so? Just what are they planning to do?
Dr. Sims could be the shapeshifter.
They're trying to take over the Earth.
Mike, I think this fantasy of yours is getting out of hand. Let's have no more talk about the so-called ancients for a while.
He was talking to his dead girlfriend? What? That's crazy.
These headaches are gonna kill me.
When did this last one begin?
3 seconds
A while ago. I was out for a walk at the park. I stopped by the Ramirez mansion.
And what did you see?
Well, I'd rather not talk about it.
Mike, you're not going to get better unless you complete me.
I just want to remove my note about the camera. Wasn't much of a church at all.
Let's just get on with the hypnosis, okay?
All right. We'll hypnotize you now. Relax. Empty your mind and stare at the spot on the ceiling. You're feeling sleepy. You are calm. At peace.
Here's part of it. I'll have the rest tomorrow night when I can get to the re-election fund.
Make sure you do. This will be harder to get away with than torching that rich guy was. Boy, that Rita sure had a thing for other people's husbands.
Look! Up there, it's Mike Dawson. He's been listening in on us.
Dawson! Still sticking your nose where it doesn't belong. Just like your friend Rita. You want to end up dead like her and all her other friends?
Sure.
Anybody hungry? How about some filet of brain? The gray matter is particularly tasty today. Just what makes us Dark Worlders strong and healthy. Hey, Mike! Your shoes are bleeding!
I noticed
Oh,
that.
you're so gross, Mike. No wonder Rita would rather be with my husband than with you.
Mike, are you awake? How do you feel now?
What a strange dream.
I know. You talked all through it.
What did I say?
Quite a bit. You're angry with the mayor, aren't you?
Why do you think I'm angry with the mayor?
Your dream. It sounded like the mayor's wife was plotting with Jimmy to murder her husband.
I'm angry at Jimmy. He killed Mr. Ramirez for having an affair with Rita.
You're projecting, Mike. I think you're the one who was jealous of Rita.
Oh.
Rita and I were just friends. We both saw other people.
You've never mentioned you had anyone else in your life, Mike.
I'm not the jealous type, if that's what you think.
Not even when you learned she was flirting with Mr. Ramirez and Mayor Fleming?
Doctor, I think you're wrong about my feelings for Rita.
Well, maybe. But that's about all the time we have today. Give some more thought to what we discussed. And if your
Russ.
headaches return, see me.
Yes, very normal. Alright, so I'm guessing we can't go here anymore. Alright, so let's save. Post Sims visit. Okay, so why don't we go back and tell Jack now that we have some more dirt. Cowix inside a pyramid when you get another pyramid? What? Yeah, I'm not sure how that would have worked out as far as gameplay is concerned.
Here comes Jack.
Kind of sounds like Waxworks, actually, that Egyptian level of Waxworks. When we were in that pyramid. Then the various different floors. Oh, okay, I'll look out for those, Gabo, thank you. I watched an hour of it this morning.
Guess what? I have a photo of Mrs. Ramirez paying off Jimmy for killing her husband.
Yeah, Gabo did a 10 and a half hour stream of Gabriel Knight 2
his name keeps
last
turning
night.
up.
What do you mean?
What's the connection between Jimmy and the sheriff?
Well, Jimmy told you he had the inside goods on the sheriff. I guess he was talking about the bribery charges.
What's the connection between Jimmy and Doc Larson?
Jimmy's name was listed in Doc Larson's little black book. Knowing Jimmy, he probably helped round up girls for the good doctor.
What's the connection between Jimmy and the mayor?
There isn't one. Oh, wait a second. He's very fond of the mayor's wife, Melissa. So you think he was angry that Rita was a homewrecker?
Hey, I'm angry that a married man was fooling around with her.
Well, before you go ripping somebody's head off, I'd check out their story. On my way over here, I saw Jimmy go into the pool hall. Why don't you go have a man-to-man with him?
Will do, Jack, will do. Go ahead and strut your stuff. We're gonna confront him. Could be interesting. Oh, it's Slim.
I've been suspicious of you for some time, Jimmy Gardner. The liquor store robbery, the Lindbergh kidnapping, but now I'm convinced you murdered Rita Scanlon.
Scanlon? He's that old to have killed them.
Listen good, Slim.
Kidnapped them.
I'm getting real sick of your crazy talk. Now
Lindbergh
shut your
baby.
mouth before I shut it for you.
You don't frighten me none, Jimmy Gardner. This here letter proves you're a killer. They're gonna lock you up and throw away the key.
That does it, you loon. You stuck your nose where it doesn't belong, and now you're gonna pay for it.
Hey, stop picking on him, Jimmy. Put that gun away. Let's see if you're brave enough to take me on, man to man.
Jack. That was hilarious.
You okay, Mikey boy?
And Slim just walks out.
What happened?
I had a feeling you were spoiling for a fight with Jimmy, and I thought you could use some help. Looks like I was right. You can thank me later. I've got to run.
Wait a minute. Where did Slim run off to?
Is he the shapeshifter? Meanwhile, did we get that gun? Can we get the gun?
Jimmy's knocked out cold. Jimmy's knocked out cold.
Ah, we can't get the gun. We need that handgun.
Jimmy's knocked out.
Damn it. Finish him off with this pool cue.
I was never much of a pool player. I just liked...
So I wonder, since Slim left... maybe we can, maybe he left something in his place. Let's check it out. Oh no, he's back here. How'd you get back here, Slim?
Are you okay, Slim?
Oh, come in, Mr. Dawson. Thanks for helping me out back there.
I'm sorry I couldn't have done more. I guess I'm not much of a fighter.
What are you talking about, Mr. Dawson? Why, you knocked Jimmy Gardner out cold.
You mean Jack did? We totally missed him. We whiffed.
I think you need glasses, Slim. I wasn't the one who saved you.
Some people think my head's a little screwed up, but my eyes are fine. From what I could see, You were a real hero in there.
Wait, so does this mean that Jack is a figment of our imagination and he's really us? That would be hilarious.
Why'd you run away when Jimmy pulled his gun? I thought your suit made you invulnerable.
My uniform doesn't cover my face, Mr. Dawson. Every power has its limits.
What was this evidence you said you have against Jimmy?
It's a love letter written by Rita to Melissa's husband. It seems she was having a fling with our honorable mayor.
Yeah, we know. We also have the photos for that.
How did you get a hold of this letter?
Oh, I snatched it out of Melissa's purse earlier today. I knew she was involved in some kind of conspiracy, and I just needed a motive. Gosh darn if I didn't find one.
What first led you to suspect Melissa?
I've seen Melissa go into the pool hall regularly the past few weeks. Now, that isn't the proper place for a mayor's wife, is it?
No, it's
So
not.
I've been keeping my eye on her.
I noticed you collect a lot of things, but how could you stoop to picking a woman's purse?
Well, Mr. Dawson, sometimes you have to bend the rules a little in the pursuit of justice. I am the town's sole protector, after all.
Good point.
I don't understand what Jimmy has to do with all of this.
Yes, you do.
The night before the high school reunion, I saw Melissa give Jimmy a big wad of money. That seemed mighty suspicious, especially after how Jimmy turned Mr. Ramirez into a crispy critter.
Oh, the buy timer's on? Oh, thank you, Eric. Yeah, what is the deal with the buy timer, actually? Oh, it ran out. I probably just never set it. Okay, after this conversation, we'll take a short break. I could use a snack anyway. Turn on the buys.
You know that Jimmy caused the Ramirez fire?
Don't act so surprised, Mr. Dawson. Most people just think I'm a crazy fool, so they tend to talk a little carelessly when I'm around. I've heard it all. And then some.
You know, Slim, there is a lot of evil in the world.
You got that right, Mr. Dawson. That's why I prefer my own delusions.
Oh, he acknowledges the delusions, huh?
Thanks for helping to clear my name. Next time you have a conspiracy theory, I'm gonna listen.
Haven't you already been listening?
My pleasure. But I'm going to give it a rest for now. My fillings are picking up radio transmissions from outer space again, and I'm starting to get a headache.
We have a psychiatrist we can recommend for that.
Do you mind if I hand the letter and Jimmy's gun over to the sheriff, Slim?
He took the gun?
Go ahead. Sheriff Butler wouldn't pay it any attention if I gave them to him. He didn't even believe me the time I found Jimmy Hoffa's grave. Take them. They're yours.
Thank you, Slim. Thank you. Excellent. Okay, so, I think that means, do we have the gun? Yes. So we have that.
It looks like Jimmy took good care of his gun, but there aren't any bullets in it.
That's good.
I can almost forgive Jimmy when I read this letter Rita wrote to Mayor Fleming. I'm surprised Melissa didn't have her pervert husband killed too.
Waka waka. Alright, so let's save here. Let me check. Okay, we'll pause it. We will open up buys. Okay, so just take a quick break and 3 or 4 minutes, something like that. Buys are open and we'll be right back.
This is Jeremiah Creek. Something has happened. Something horrible. I have to leave immediately. I don't know how long I'll be gone. Amanda is here at the lighthouse. I don't want to leave her alone. Please come right away. If you don't hear from me soon, it will mean that I have failed. And then... Oh God, I just can't think of that now. There is no time. I have no choice. Please, you're the only one who can help me. Come now. Moving on now. Moving on.
This entire work is copyright Jeff Wilkie PowerVision 1995. Press enter.
Gee, that reminds me. I must get those brakes checked.
After 4 hours at the controls, you finally arrive at the small outback town of Wollongongolong. Whilst unloading the urgently needed supplies, you strike up a conversation with your old mate Strop.
Good to see you again, Dan.
Yeah, same here, Strop.
Nice plane. Looks better than that worn-out bucket of bolts you had last time you were here.
At least that bucket of bolts was paid for. This pre-loved one-owner little old lady only flew on Sunday special is a different story. According to the bank, the only part I own is the air and the tyres.
Yeah, well, the drought has made things tough for everybody.
Not to mention the recession Australia had to have. Well, I've only got one more stop to make, and I'm out of work.
Gee, that's tough luck, Dan.
Unless I find some money, the bank's gonna ground me.
I don't know if it's true, but I've heard stories of an opal strike up at 15 Mile Ridge. Apparently, they're pulling out black opals as big as golf balls.
Gee, one of those babies and I could buy my own jumbo jet. 15 Mile Ridge, here I come.
If we don't get any rain soon, I'll probably join you. Good luck, Dan.
Well, it's time to kick the tyres and light the fires. If I leave now, I should get there before dark.
You taxi onto the runway, make your final checks, and away you go. After a bit of a shaky takeoff, you're on your way.